Good afternoon, everyone. Today I will be debating the topic, sport funding should be for all, not just the elite. I will be taking the negative stance on this topic. Before I begin, I would like to define some key terms. The first, for all, refers to all who are participating in team sports or individual sports below the state level. The second term, elite athletes, refers to athletes who are competing in either organised team sports or individual sport at either a state, national or international level. My arguments today will focus on the notion that national and state sporting organisations like the NRL, AFL, NBL should be given the considerable amount of funding. There are three clear arguments why these sport entities should be given considerable amount of funding than the grassroots or civic levels. Firstly, these elite athletes give back to the Australian economy as opposed to grassroots and local sport. Elite sport teams have created synergy between sport and the destination a tourist is visiting, such as North Queensland Cowboys and Townsville. Tracy Harrison-Hill and Lawrence Chapman have explained how marketing, sport, tourism and host destination can be intertwined to benefit the destination. This can be seen when a tourist visits a country, town or city for a mega sport event such as the Olympics. These events and sport teams give back to the Australian economy through bringing local, state and international tourists to a destination. Also, hosting a mega event, the city can build new infrastructure. For example, currently the Gold Coast is going through a remodel for the 2018 Commonwealth Games. Secondly, if sport funding was not put towards the elite athletes, the nation would suffer as a consequence of undeveloped athletes representing their country. TUI explores the development and success of the Olympic Games in Sydney in the 2000 as a result of increased funding put towards training elite athletes, implementing a development program for elite athletes, and an increase in facilities. Before this installation of funding, Australia was not near as good as any other country. The pinnacle example being the Montreal Olympic Games, where the Australian team did not win any medals. As a consequence, the nation suffered. The public identified passionately with winners, but was intolerant of sport failures and blamed the government and demanded that more funding go towards elite athletes. This brings me to my third argument, sport fandom. Athletes competing for their country, but in this case mostly sports teams, have many fans that can span across cities, states and countries. A number of scientists have suggested that because of the nature of team sports, sports fandom is likely related to psychological well-being. This has been proven by Eastman and Lamb, Holt, Keeley and Tien, Melnick, Smith, Wan, Melick, Russell and Pierce, and also Bryant and Sapolsky. With this research, it is clear that thousands, maybe even millions of people can benefit from attending or watching a team sport. On the other hand, only the performing athlete and maybe the parents of the athlete can psychologically benefit from engaging in a sport at a grassroots level. It is inevitable that funding elite athletes is not only the most beneficial for the people of Australia, but also the government. The benefits from funding elite athletes is vast, from national pride, sports marketing, destination tourism, economic capital and psychological health. Please make the right choice and fund elite athletes, not everyone.